Where can I cop these? Are they heavy? Are they comfortable though? Do they fit wide feet? You think Nike's gonna make more colorways? Every time I wear the OBJs, I get tons of questions asking me about this cleat. If you guys have had these same questions, you came to the right place. I'm gonna give you a detailed performance review on the Nike Vapor Untouchable 3 OBJ cleats. If you're new to the channel, welcome to I Know Football, the best place for the most detailed football gear reviews. If you like what you see in the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. This is about OBJ's Signature football cleat. Now these are based off the Nike Vapor Untouchable 3s. I've done tons of reviews on those. You can definitely check my video archive for those details. Now this is based off that model, but as you can see, it's definitely unique to OBJ. So this is also based off of the uptempos. The bottom of the cleat is going to be your traditional Vapor Untouchable 3 Pro cleat. They also use the same plate as the Vapor Untouchable Elite cleats, the highs. Now the upper is based on the uptempos, the air uptempos. And here, instead of it saying air across, it's got OBJ on the outside. On the medial side of the cleat, it has his number 13. Now Nike did release these in super limited quantities. 350 pairs were released on 2 different days. Some on Nike.com, some on Dick'sSportingGoods.com. Now that answers the question on where can you get these, or where could you get these. Now these are still available. Originally they retailed for $150. The traditional Vapors retail for $120. So you're paying a little bit of a premium for this OBJ Signature cleat. Now the big question is, which of these cleats are better? Is it going to be the Vapor Untouchable 3 Pros, or is it going to be the Vapor Untouchable 3 OBJs. Now to figure that out, I'm going to start breaking down the cleat and tell you all the differences that come with the package of the OBJs and how it differs from the Vapor Untouchable 3s that you can still get today. The material of the upper is very different than the cleats that it's based off of. This has a leather upper. Now that's going to do a couple things for you. One, a lot of you guys probably wonder if it makes it heavier. We'll get to that. But how the cleat actually molds your foot, how it feels, how it breaks in, that's going to be totally different. Now if we think about the original Vapor Untouchable 3s, this is a mesh upper. So I actually have some inserts in here. Let me go ahead and take these out. So now let's take a look at this. Now this is a mesh upper, so this is going to mold to your foot. This makes it one of the most comfortable cleats. If you saw my video on the top 5 cleats of 2018, you know that this model was #1. Nike is not changing this cleat for the most part for 2019, so we're going to see this cleat again, maybe in some different colorways, maybe in some different designs. Like you can see here, the Nike sign is bigger. The upper is going to be the same. It's a mesh material, which makes it super flexible and super light. Now this molds your foot, fits a variety of foot shapes, wide, thin, because of the mesh material, and you don't even need the fly wire like I said before. Now that's going to be a little bit different than these. So this is going to be your traditional kind of older style cleat from back in the day where you actually had the leather upper. Now a lot of people, including myself, really love leather. The reason why you like leather is it breaks in really nice. Now previous to mesh, you really had leather to kind of mold to your foot. You can still see here it's flexible, not as much as the mesh, but you still get kind of the molding to your foot. Now there's a while there where Nike was using Hyperfuse, which was not very flexible, super light, not flexible, which didn't provide the best comfort. So this is going to be comfortable for you. It's not going to be as comfortable because it's not going to be as custom fit as the original Vapor Untouchable 3s. Now the lacing system is also very different. This obviously pulls the lacing system from the air uptempos. When you take a closer look at it, it has the exact same type of lacing system, complete with the expandable straps here for lockdown and compression. You got the anchors with the eyelets instead of your traditional eyelets. And then you even have the pull tabs on the back and the front, just like you do on the uptempos. The toe of the cleat is very similar as well to the uptempo models that the OBJs are based off of. And at the rear, you can see that they've done away with the heel counter that comes with the traditional Vapor Untouchable 3. So here you can take a look just as the differences so you can see how these two cleats differ. Before we get into more details on this cleat, let's take a look at how these cleats look on foot. you guys have seen how the cleat looks on foot. Definitely comment down below if you like the way these look or what you would change about it, or if you like them better than the Vapor Untouchable 3s. From a performance standpoint, there's two main differences in this cleat that are going to change how the cleat performs. One is going to be the upper, the second is going to be the lacing system. Now from the upper, I already talked about how it wasn't as moldable as the mesh to your foot. So again, it's not going to fit as well. Now because it doesn't fit as well, what that's going to do is it's going to make you feel a little bit heavier because your cleat is not going to be as attached to your foot, that one-to-one that you really want in any type of sports footwear. Again, this is based off the Air Up Tempos. Now the Air Up Tempos came out in the 90s. That is not the best fitting. The technology has improved so much. From a style perspective, this is gonna be one of the most iconic styles that you're gonna find. Now, same thing with the lacing system. Because of the mesh, now the upper and the lacing system work together. Now in the Vapor Untouchable 3 Pros, you can see that you've got the mesh, and you've got the flat lock laces that really help to lock down, secure your foot, and actually not come untied. I know tons of people who play sports, basketball in particular, who do not like these rounded laces because they tend not to give you that tight of a knot as something like the flat laces. I'll tell you, with these, it's the same here, and not just this, but when you are actually pulling the laces tight, because of the eyelets, the way they are, let's see if we can get this to focus. Because of the eyelets, you can see here it's kind of like a boot, right? These actually come out. You actually don't get that lock in as you do in the Vapor Untouchable 3s. Now Nike took special care with the shape of these eyelets to get the actual laces to lock. With each step they lock, which is going to help to hold your foot in tighter. Immediately after playing in these, I put on the Vapor Untouchable 3s. No contest, these feel a lot better. So from a performance standpoint, you know, the Vapor Untouchable 3s are going to perform a lot better. So the question is, why would you even buy these when Nike offers the Vapor Untouchable 3s? Swag, swag, swag. There's no other cleat that is going to get that much attention. There's no other cleat that's going to make you feel a certain way by having that exclusivity in these cleats. Would these be my top cleat to perform in? No. For flag football or something not as serious, would I rock these cleats? Yes. Do I hope that Nike releases more colors of this? Hell yes. A couple details to close the review. These do fit true to size. They actually fit just like the Vapor Untouchable 3. So whatever your size is in that cleat, you're going to want to get it in this. Again, it's not going to be as moldable to your foot. Are they heavy? Let's take a look at the scales. First, we're going to weigh the Vapor Untouchable 3s. See that those come in just around 13 ounces. Next, we're going to weigh the OBJs. And we see that those are about 0.2 ounces more than the Vapor Untouchable 3s. So with that being said, the cleats are very similar in weight. You're really not going to notice a difference in the weight of these cleats, but because the cleat doesn't fit as well, because it's not the mesh and it's not so molded to your foot as the Vapor Untouchable 3s, they are going to feel heavier. So even though they're not heavier, you're going to feel heavier and you're probably not going to feel as fast. I think the only thing I haven't told you guys yet is where you can still get these cleats. Because they only made 350, you're going to have to look at the resellers. eBay's going to have some, StockX is going to have some. I don't think there's a lot of counterfeits out there. The price have actually came down. I think when these cleats first came out, resellers were trying to gouge for $300, $400, $500. Now they're right around $160, $150, which is going to be a perfect time for you guys to get these cleats. Shout out to everyone who has customized these. Like, share, subscribe if you like the video. And now let's take a closer look at the cleats.